Díbhagus fáilte over ascadí how to gael lumsa therein.
Lumsa Louise.
Agus lumsa Shiva.
Colini, Táimid a rash a sraith and okay, give us a little brief explainer of how to gael.
Yeah, go on, Louise.
How to Gael? Well, we are How to Gael. We are a bilingual podcast, and every week we choose a how-to topic. Now, I don't know if we ever figure anything out, but listen, tá sé spríúil.
The odd time.
We don't ever teach anyone anything that's roiachar. Definitely not the mochanílach during.
No mochanílach here. But you might learn a couple of chat-up lines.
Yes, and speaking of chat-up lines and the mochaní, look, that was actually the best segue you could have possibly given me there. All right?
There you go.
This is what I learned during the week, right?
Go on.
So you can use this now anytime you're trying to chat up a Gaeilgeoir.
Yeah.
Or actually even not the Gaeilgeoir. Everyone's heard the mochaní.
Yeah.
Are you the mochaní?
No.
Because I would.
Sorry,
said
am I inheriting all your chat-up lines now? You're married.
Oh my gosh.
Send them my way.
Girl, how do you think I'm married? How do you think I got him?
I want your spreadsheet, okay? This is your time to shine.
Spreadsheet ní Rourke, actually.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
well,
kill.
first order of business now in the spirit of spreadsheets. A gur éistóirí nua, a gur daoine atá teachtarás, a gur sraithadó. I want you to explain who you are, what your crack is, what have you done, sa bhrisise, a bhí going owner bhí an episode darnach going. I'm giving you 2 minutes now, and this is I'm cracking the whip.
Do you know, you're dead right to put a time limit on us,
Yes.
actually. Okay, I am Siobhan Rourke. I am a creator.
Yes.
I work with Cuireann na Gaeilge, and I also currently am working with Virgin Media, agus TG Cahir. In the time that we've been on a brisha, I got married.
Woo!
Yes, it was a massive bridezilla. You might have read about it. No, I'm joking. We may tell that story later. I actually wasn't a bridezilla, but
Well,
you may have read
I don't
otherwise.
know. Allegedly.
Fake news.
Allegedly.
Fake
Yeah.
Listen, if the bridezilla planned the party we were at, then I'm all for her because it was great
Oh,
crack.
thanks. And then I also I don't know if I want to get into this actually.
Tick.
Oh, sorry,
tick,
God.
tick,
I've had a major arse injury also in the time that we've been
Yes.
off. But I don't know if
You
I want to get into it because
did.
I'm hoping to resolve it very soon, and then I will tell the full story.
Okay, we'll circle back to the arse.
Yes.
Or is
Okay.
it like,
Yeah,
that was kind
cliffhanger.
of giving two truths and a lie, you know.
Yeah, there you
just
go.
never know. But
Exactly.
she also has a great arse. We'll just say. throw
Well, I
that out
used
there.
to.
Yeah.
Used to.
Yeah.
The Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Misha Louise Canton. I'm also a creator, radio presenter. I spent my entire summer working actually, which was great. Do you know what? I had a very chilled year and Eric, so I feel that this was going to be my booked and busy summer, and it was that. Clora Radio or Today FM. I was there with Moher Letitia Cahir. I was a chain of bits and pieces. Ella then on Delavish, and living my best married life.
Yeah.
Actually.
And you had a brattle recently.
And I had a truck a haon. Yeah, exactly. So I live in Malachlia. Declan, my lovely husband, lives in Limnach, and I tell you the secret to happy marriage, lads:
Go on.
get married and leave the husband.
Oh, I was going to say a couple of
God.
All Ireland medals. But okay. I can't
Well,
believe you
I
got this far
mean-
into the podcast and you haven't mentioned it yet.
I like everything in my life to be embellished. So if it's with medals, then
Oh,
I know.
How
mean,
bad.
I'm all for
Frost
it. Darren,
yourselves.
ní glachod le the hull.
Okay, it's Misha Dirney Clock on. Actually, I should say it's Misha on Duchdur Dirney Clock on.
Oh, now
Thank
that
you
that
very
took
much.
way too long.
Yeah.
What a flex.
So there you go. That newly crowned Duchdur Dirney Clock on. So these two girls are married. I'm the single one. I am back in my Lachlia, being my obviously go mar Laura Hor Telefisha, Le TG Cahir, and doing actually as of late now some TV and radio bits like RTE Choma, which is fab, and it's Alien Tourme, Kjol Tourme, and yeah, I don't know.
Aspiring
Oh,
DJ.
aspiring DJ, and actually voted by popular vote the Brat VP.
Oh, God.
This is my first single summer since I was 22. Okay, so I had a fucking ball.
Yeah.
And I'm back at it now. To the normal day-to-day life.
Yeah,
you know?
well, she was a massive fuckboy, I think is
To
what
be
she was trying
honest,
to say her entire week, you know?
I
This is
disagree
good.
that she's actually back to any normality. I think she has embodied brat, and Gajona Nora now there's just a bit of brat in you.
Do you know what?
It's on it, and you're not going to be able to get rid of it.
I saw a tweet during the summer and it was like, no, it was your one Lord was saying that like Charlie XCX has just chiseled away everything that's not like Charlie and Brat, and that's what I've done this summer.
You've chiseled it all away. Now, you did kind of hop, skip and jump over
Sorry.
the duck door part and chin.
Yes, Filioch Féin
Are you-
Gaeilge.
okay.
I'm also sorry, I have to say as well, out of the three of us, I'm the big massive nerd, so I would consider myself a bit of a nerd. I'm in my really nerdy DJ era.
So when you tell a DJ story, because like
No,
you've
this is
hinted at
actually
it.
so
when
chronic
you-
and
I would
pathetic.
co-hex a horse than
Yes, okay.
count in.
So fully serious.
Yeah.
But go on, Louise, you tell it because you were absolutely scandalised.
I was. Well, do you know what, Darren? I'm nothing if I'm not honest with you, Igoni. So
Louise is so mean.
Brutally.
I
say,
can be so mean too as
You're,
well. So
we're
it's fine.
both so mean.
Yeah, I know, but it's all love.
It's all love, like Darren. So we say.
I
Although
know.
that's
No, it
definitely not
is. It's just
slunching.
like we can be so mean to
You're
each
a
other
bitch.
and
It's
just get
all
over
love.
it.
It's all love. It's all love. So we were Iha Mock anyway. Agus like they're in the Hiha. We were sitting around having the chats as you do, right? And they're in pipes up, right? And says, actually,
She's dribbling her
I'm
green
learning to
tea.
DJ on TikTok. And I don't know what came over me, but I actually was like,
Oh my god. They're literally just got sick.
sorry, can I just say this is exactly the reaction I had when she told me this as well. So I am just co-saucing nach when I'm shit in my einer. Like I'm glad that it's come full circle. Like I speak in Chinnish.
Sorry. So on Ruther Horn and Shinachorda, if you're not watching us and you just listen to us, Darren had taken a big gulp of green tea. Derek sort of holding Louise a kind, and then she just couldn't contain it. And then we can currently
you know
hear
what
her.
has happened? It's gone down the wrong pipe.
We can hear her retching.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I hope everyone can hear this. Look, that's a too small, isn't it?
Listen, it's too small. And do you know what? We can hear her crying for help outside. Listen, it's as good as every time to tell you that if you are listening to the audio version of this, we've actually now gone full video.
Yes. We're in a brand new studio.
Yes.
So now Viamer in Orson Louise Agoni, which was comfortable, it was cozy, it was balia, but we decided to, take that pressure off Louise from having to do a quick sweep and a clean and a
Do you know what the worst part
scrub.
was?
It was the fridge.
Not the fridge.
Oh, for me it was the fridge.
It was having to do the quick jobby in the bathroom because my orson is biog anyway, and I would be in. And it's like the clean you have to do before you do the clean when people are coming over. And their girls were coming up the stairs, and I'd be flying around the orson trying to do the. Now is the DJ back? Yeah.
We're rolling.
She'll be back. The DJ is.
She has to change her top, she said.
The DJ has to change her top. But do you know what? Erin lied. It makes me feel a wadney as far that I had thought initially I was like, maybe Darren is like, Louise, you were being so mean. But I thought it was this funny the last night as well.
I can't believe we're going to have to
Do you
get
know
a
what I mean?
bib for every episode
would it not
in
do
future.
her to be a doctor, to be a filla, to be an alien Thor? She needs to fucking be a DJ as well and take that from me.
She does,
Top
yeah.
of it.
I know, yeah. She'll
Do you
be
know
for your
what I mean?
husband next.
Working the decks.
Yeah.
Whoa. Anyway, Cardella, we are.
So Thomas, a studio
Yes.
nua.
Yeah.
Tough. We're ag upper Lafern and ish. We have
Oh.
our gorgeous Lair Horlim Niece Shomerlin. Woohoo! Who will be helping us put some ord August Agar our good kind to
August emphasis Ruddawan, Fucklewan and Chin.
oh Limney.
Limney.
Oh, fuck, of course.
Look,
Oh
the
my
DJ's
God,
back.
DJ.
Falter rash. Falter rash.
We're still rolling there in Séis and
Common
Shin.
posting on, yeah. Orla.
I know, I knew the laugh was coming, and then I had a sup of tea in my mouth. And I was like, just swallow this sup of tea. But then I was laughing so much. I actually got sick a little bit.
I saw it.
No,
I
oh
saw
my
it.
God, oh my God, poor Larry. Why am I like this? It's chronic. I hope I'm not like rotten. Ew.
Anyway, we wanted to reintroduce ourselves, and I think we have firmly established who each of us are.
No, I actually
Falter
can't.
rash. You have
Okay.
been baptised. Actually, this episode has been baptised
Guys,
by Darren's vomit.
Oh my
DJ
God, sorry.
Darren's
I actually
vomit.
can't get over that. Is it really yawking here now?
No, it's a show right, Darren.
Okay, guys. Anyway, no, I can't. I'm really embarrassed. Anyway, I'm gonna take control of this episode back at Reed. Topic na seach in a show, okay, in spirit of vomiting and leaving the room, is how to know when to leave. Now, this is a
When the
problem.
vomit starts coming, I'd say.
When the vomit.
When you feel it in your throat.
Yeah, when you feel it in your throat. Well, this is a problem that I suffer with. And then bhí mar rá libh gur has to go me seo híanamh mar how to and tachtan seo. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm really bad. Like, I will overstay my welcome. I'll be the last to leave every party. And then the two girls are like, yeah, you're really bad.
Yeah,
you're so bad.
No, you are bad. Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
it not like really daft. Like, I wouldn't say it's a problem. Like, but I think it's cute.
Okay,
Yeah.
is it because I'm so needy? Like,
I think it's endearing. You know, like.
okay, that's a really nice
Is
way of
it?
saying you're
Níl
a
sibh-
fucking dose.
No.
Okay, but I guess it's a ceist atá wadnius mona, like how to leave a party, like how to leave in general. There's so many, you know,
Well,
yes,
that's it.
situations in life where you ask yourself that question.
Yes, so tá rátas Darren Ahar Cahill, Darren J, always leave wanting more, right?
Yes.
So Denimwood Irecht Shinayetav, you know, if you're having like this gorgeous bela, like you should never finish every single bite in the plate of your dessert because you know when you get too full and you're like, why did I just ruin the rest of my evening? Because now I just need to lie down in a dark room. I'm too full. So like always leave like a few little plaque foca and blata. Or I mean, not that I ever heed this advice myself, but like that you should like leave before the night really is over, you know?
Yeah.
And then because
Yeah.
you'll always just have like that little bit of appetite to go again and not be like, geez, I really fucking stretched the arse out of that.
See, I'm a total glutton.
Yeah.
No, like even if I'm absolutely full, I'll eat every bite on the plate. If it's
Yeah.
delicious, I'm like, no, I need some more. If I've had 3 or 4 really good days somewhere, I'll stay the 5th.
Yeah.
You do
I think
actually.
Labia
sorry.
though, it's a whole scale because that's ingrained in us. Like I often think of Declan's father, right? He went to a boarding school and the man eats so tapa as a result, right? And he will always, if we're at a table and someone has left something on their plate, he'll be like, pass that down to me.
Yeah.
And I always think it's bizarre, but it's just on my own agna toge. It's like, I mean,
Well, it's our intergenerational trauma from the family.
Yes, that's look. We'll
Yes.
talk about the family another time.
Okay, oh,
let's
Jesus.
stay on track, guys.
Okay.
I'm the boss here today.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm back after my brief break.
Yeah.
Right, back to reining in. So. Tá galore slitter that you can overstay your welcome, but primarily a night out is I think where we all fall down. My life would be so much easier if I could just go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Well, because tá mééis of all céine lá an shots. Can I just say,
By the way, anytime I'm like, I really should have left like hours ago.
I'm right there
You're
beside you.
right there beside
Yeah.
me. Like, right
so
there
does
beside
that
me.
mean who will miss an booth? I think I'm níos far, and I think actually Brahan sé ar on situation. I
Well,
think
I just think sometimes that you have more commitments earlier on the day, the next day. That's an tain cúis nach bhfuil tú fós ann.
Yeah.
I don't know, right? 2 things here. When I was thinking about you texting this topic to the group and you were
Yeah.
like, think about when times you leave. Declan is a pro at leaving. He's
Yeah.
phenomenal. If he wants to go, he's gone.
Yeah.
There's no, like, he doesn't even think about it. He's like, I am leaving this at this time.
see,
And
that's
gone and gone.
self-control.
Yeah.
Is it?
Self-discipline.
I don't know her. Who is she?
So
Katie.
Nuairtháin leis, I'm like, I'll get the nod and I'm like, we're gone. But then Nuairtháin sin éonar. It's like I'm dancing that
Yeah.
little jig, you know?
Yeah.
And so Isagum gur cai mé macht. I like look, the best example of this is Electric Picnic, lads. We may as well tell this
Oh
tale.
yeah. Oh,
Go on.
poor
You know,
Louise,
we
go on.
were all ag Electric Picnic than Dara Shacht and our father. We were staying in a camper van, stunning, right? I was working at 10 a.m. in Dublin on Monday morning. So
Yeah.
obviously I had 3 options to go home on Sunday. I had a lift at 6 o'clock. I had a bus ag Manliha. I had a Shiabella ag a 2 o'clock or Madden. 3. But somehow I was ordering a free now at 7 a.m. from Stradbally.
I was supposed to drive you home, but I didn't.
Sorry, well now that was just raw mate.
No,
like, why
actually,
did
I
we
thought it was
ever-
very keel of her that she didn't drive us home at
Yeah.
fucking Strathclugger Imagine.
But what part of, you know, in what life did we think it was sensible to make the planning? Do you know, I'm thinking of like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, but I think on tain cúis Louise gur onto an trí ihe agus an
Yeah.
trí ihe, it's like we're our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Like a chéile. Like
Yeah,
we
will-
egg each
will
other on.
encourage, Yeah.
Yeah.
And we give each other FOMO and
Yeah.
we drag each other down.
If
Yeah.
you should have gone, Michelle, if I couple of like Dahina, and I was frothing. I was like, I need to get back to the girls. ASAP.
Dahina just gone.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
and
okay.
like literally for an hour we were separated from each other, and I was like separation anxiety.
Yeah, you see, this is it. Fear of missing out, like Shin Rodolfo, isn't it? Well,
Yes.
Gail Gar FOMO.
Oh.
Ort.
Air Kylan Demock. Back
How
up.
much were they into?
Yeah, Bemi de Machna version Fad's Gurman Kid Castella Irv, right? So what is the sweet time to go home? What is it like? Dóchlog is ro lua, I think. Cuiger Sheichlog is ro yinach.
No, totally disagree. Depends on the night. If it's a school night, lads, or into, I think, out early, home early. There's something stunning about being
Who's out
Salaba
on a fucking
Agadeslog.
school night these days? Never thought you go bar. Oh yeah. Okay,
Well, it's
us.
early. Like every night's fucking school day for us. Like in fairness.
Yeah, and I think actually, Brad and Shay, I think sometimes it is stunning to be in your bed, to be home there for the 10 o'clock news, gorgeous, having an L cup on tea, and you
Okay,
could have had,
okay.
you could have had a Tronona awling. It's all that's a hard question to answer. Depends on the time you go out.
Like, let's think about this as in like an ihe amach, like a proper. I'm not talking about like just going for 2 or 3 pints in toners, right? I'm talking
Okay.
about like we're going on an ihe amach, let the charde. What is the sweet spot that you're like 2 o'clock? I actually do think is kind of anticlimactic because like.
Can
do
I
you know
just
what
say, for if we do want to make this so balio clear, honeys, ilimnoch, it's 2 o'clock anyway because Dunan got out at 2 o'clock. So Neil Dar Rao got unless you're having a house party.
Well, you obviously are going to have a house party tomorrow. You don't go to the club.
When is the last
Well,
time?
listen.
When is the last time you've gone out and haven't gone back to someone's house for a drink?
Lads.
Oh, we put her on the spot.
Yeah, we put her on the spot.
She's like,
She-
"Bleh,
you
bleh,
have to
bleh,
remember-
bleh."
And also,
She's
rural
stuttering.
pubs. Excuse me, a rural pub now.
Well, there are oitna limnoch. I'm looking at the Lairhor Limni for Lockett. There are some famous oitna,
Yeah.
and you could be there with the Sheikh Lugger Modern. Absolutely, we've all
Yeah.
done it. But I actually think at 2 o'clock, I don't think it's Rolua.
Yeah,
I think it's
for
fine.
me, if I'm getting fucking dressed up and I'm only hitting my sweet spot at 2 o'clock. Carachlog, I think, is a good time.
Yeah, so I think now, not that I ever do this, but I think on time is farda de Lawalia. If you're kind of like Neil to row olta, tatu heish, you know,
Yes.
iha wahava agat, the first time it crosses your mind, Bader record them de Lawalia, that is when you
Corlama.
should go home.
Corlama.
Now, I never fucking do it. I was like,
Yes.
I'll
Yeah.
come back to that idea in a little while.
Right.
But I think on Law Dargion, you're never regret going home and going to shit.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
used to do a rod, right? And it was like when you get to that stage, this sounds awful and I'm not encouraging anyone to do this, by the way, but when people would be a gairy thirshach, right? And you'd be like, oh, well, now if you're getting tired, you need to do the bomb test. So like, everyone has a Jaeger bomb. Obviously, after Jaeger bomb, you're not going to be like, oh, definitely tired, better go home.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
It was the test.
All right.
I
the
do
test
this
is
and
like,
I'll
okay,
see if I'm still
Haitian-
tired.
Haitian Jaeger bomb. If you're feeling tired, then oh, you better go home. But like I mean, I
Right.
don't know how. Have you ever had a Jaeger bomb and felt tired after it? You know.
Not that I can recall.
Listen, but
No.
I mean, if you're tired after the Jaeger bomb, go a while. I would say
Yeah, that's a
By
good
all
test.
means.
Good of you.
Otherwise, they'll do out.
Okay, Sean, where I fall down now,
Go on.
right? Because Anna chud den veng tashel timp na tira dugadi, failed to defraud or le uber or whatever, and I am a fucking divil for if we've like made arrangements to be like right big logging olive fake whatever logging a geary, I will always stay the extra night.
Yes.
And it's a double-edged sword because right who vala trish ga iha and you're like, fuck it, I'm lonely now. All my friends are gone. I should have stayed the other night. But then you stay the other night and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I
Yeah.
should have gone
Tomorrow.
home. And even
Yeah.
to Reeve sauce.
Agus sound of the shin na mohen.
Of the hen. And what was really bad about that was I actually was so excited for Shiva's hen. I went down a day early anyway. Agus chamani hele machara durin.
See, on Rod Free is that it's a fawn your feet, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
the crack will always be great, but it always has to end. Do you know?
Look, Darby made a far, and I know we touched on intergenerational trauma, own famine, own earth, the more Hannah Fain, but Darby made lesh fishy, like, touch Ira us, like, he's like an Ishian go down to her skur, and like, he'd always be up with us till all hours, and I'd be like, why do we always do this? And he'd be like, it's the famine. He'd be
Right.
like, you always think you're never going to get it again.
I know.
So you drag the arse out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my current Anya Kestard, my Kestian Anya who Reva Reach be like, excuse me.
Yeah.
My ancestors
Died for this.
Yeah,
They
they
died
died.
for this set.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So my sauces. So we've Hanmer guys. I think this is the first.
Yeah.
Shafwi Rachel. Well, Miana
Yeah.
Kesh Dolavala on the nights out. Okay.
Yes.
So we're excused. It's DNA memory. It's inherited trauma, generational trauma.
Yes.
That is why
Yes.
we're session monsters.
Yeah, so my
Excellent.
thought Anya Reeve like
CC my boss, like when I come in at Sheikh Lugger Madden and to the radio and they're going, no, I actually say you also need to be healed for lads and you need to have
stop giving
shut
disclaimers. We don't
Sorry.
need this.
The
Okay,
disclaimer
right, today
is-
FM. Just so you know,
What?
Louise
Shiva-
always goes
Shiva
home
said
at a
it.
regular
I
time.
think
Whatever.
the issue is, do we have, can I ask a question? Self-control.
No.
and
No.
self-discipline.
because of our ancestors. That's what we just
Yeah,
said.
we just
Okay, well,
established this. Okay,
I think
we
I
blame
want
the
a little
Brits
bit.
So
for that.
my
Right.
question Anya say Gert more. No, that's
Yeah.
why I'm not leaving your house long.
Yeah, get on to the British government for compensation.
you
Okay,
go.
right. Next, Kesht. When do you know when to leave a job? Have
Kesht,
you, yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a job that you fucking hated and just could not leave?
No, I'm sorry. That was very I'm very docile. I kind of get in. I'm very passive. I get into situations. Táimid not well, I just kind of get into situations and I just kind of like go along with it. Yeah, kind of like. Now to make up like agus name make you're not all go, but to make up the couldn't go get 8 million in it. 8 million. Like if I'd met someone who worked for us for 8 years, I'd be like, you're fucking old.
Yeah.
So first of all, I'm old. Second of all, 8 million not Cana is wild. But if I knew how to leave,
though, because like I think in Ireland, actually, like it's a big societal thing. Like
then due to be said for a permanent pensionable job.
Listen, and I had one. I've done it. I've left it. I got the permanent pensionable job. I went and was a Moontor and had the I remember.
Sorry, were you a Moontor?
I was a Moontor.
Oh my god.
How did
you get this far into season 2 and you're only mentioning this now?
Oh my god, that's a big moment for me to in the pre-titles.
I'm going to introduce. No, you actually didn't.
I didn't.
We're introducing. We're thinking Nua on Trasha Accorda, okay? So there's a few things that each of us are very prone to repeating and coming back to, and just mentioning that the rest of us are a little bit sick of. So in future, whenever we hear someone say something that we're like, you've said this,
Neil Cad,
we're going to say yuck.
So I was a Moontor.
Yuck.
Yeah. But anyway.
By the way, we love Moontory, just not when Louise goes on about her
we
past
love
life.
Moontory.
My
Maybe
past life,
them.
pre-reincarnation. Yeah. And I left it. And it took me blianta. Obviously, I should have left it before I even started it. I shouldn't have put it down the CAO or in Gaidlaw.
It's a vocation. I think Moontory is a vocation.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is there is this mion in Éireann, I think, where, you're like, 8 million is such a long time in a job. Like, 8 million. There's people doing jobs that they did straight out of college because they feel like, I think...
I know.
Dakar and post all. It's to answer your question. I think a lot of people are in jobs that they find really hard to leave because they're Irish and because it's permanent and it's pensionable and sure I'm I banaha to have my job.
And also it can always come to an end like guys, it's a Girth Moore.
Oh my god.
It's not fucking Girth Moore.
So I had a job. I was in a job that I was really, really miserable in.
Yeah.
And my dad and my boyfriend at the time were like, Darren, you need to quit. And I could not bring myself to quit. And eventually got to the stage where one day I was at home in the kitchen one morning and my dad got up and he was like, Darren, I'm not letting you leave this kitchen until you quit that job. And I was like, Dad, what are you talking about? And he was like, no.
Intervention.
He was like, you are not leaving this fucking kitchen until you quit that job. And I was like, no, I'm too afraid. I'll do it again. I'd been putting it off for weeks. And I actually, bhí me Shasov an actress in Sinka Gabala. And like, he would not let me leave, like even the island team player in my kitchen being like, no, you just quit. And then Ian May, and I quit the job and I like instantly was like,
it Fuishiv?
Oh my god. And I still remember that feeling. And he just, and so if you ogling down our May, but the people around me, when the people around you be like, you need to get out.
Do you know
of
I'm
that
laughing
kitchen.
a lot at this, right? Is the difference they do the yad agus mavam. I remember in our VSC chain of Anchina like to leave the Moontoracht. My mother was like, sure. Is there any way you could do the two things? It's a real Irish, is there any way you could be doing the Moontorach and then you should do this radio like on their shaft?
Yes, so Fáinnit and Rud, so all to
Shin and Rud,
pension,
Jane on Dorud.
A fucking pension, a Rish Girthamore. We are fucking weak for a pension in this country. Oh my god, it's such an aphrodisiac, isn't it?
And not only that, but like if I had the old teaching job now, it'd be a lot easier to get a mortgage and all and stuff marshinda. So like it's go will say boon that there's some sovoltach flesh.
Now I'm catch cur there and AR to us the refus new the phone.
For my glech gone.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be me. I'd do it. I'd refussed it all the way.
No, it was kind of the situation where like it was such an like I wouldn't have got away with a refus. It was we were Vimer Glare Gober on a hungry Dakieda.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't. The chemistry, the bed chem was not there.
But so I think that's the thing. It's the importance of knowing the time. Like, so can I ask the question? What's the sweet spot when you're thinking of leaving a job? Like, you ask the sweet spot to go home or Iha Amach.
Well, guys, now I got so distracted by vomiting with laughter, right? Green my daru there in Buscafuishna. Hang on a minute.
Okay, Buscafuishna. On me no mother do say. Oh,
yes.
They're doing phone. Okay, so on Buscafuishna Accorda, we are opening our channels of communication. Let our nay story. Going or like we would glare lesh na hey story. New any of the skate le twelve. They're fucking gas characters. So some of the geary like ver nunnaker Aaron Budcrell. We want to hear from you. We want you to be involved and included. So made thought or Ogwin.
Yes.
So we're doing call outs agor over and. Kermer, were they going to mock and shocks and show?
Yes, how to know when to leave, right? And some people got on. So I will revisit the night out thread. Leis na jobs. What did we hear? Insert some time eating stuff here.
Okay.
Deir den aigen fág post nar nach bhain tú ahantas as do chuidibre agus rudí breise I dhéanaan tú go Jonach.
Oh.
But see, Jonach, I think, Brahan J, I think,
Yeah.
nuair atá codh Sinewn agus an tuiscin Sinewn, you can do rudí go Jonach and you feel gom off we. Ach gor ma thought gober the NGO nu verdagant, you know?
Yes.
But if you're working somewhere really fucking corporate, or like one of the big four, I would not be
Yeah.
doing Aino go Jonach.
Yeah,
Hard
Brahan J
agree.
and Fuss.
Hard agree. That's your protest against capitalism.
Yeah.
Rud eile, when you fantasize about getting lightly run over, ag roiíocht chuig na hibre.
Oh, Shmonday fear. This is a
Robin
thing.
there.
Yeah.
I love that you were like getting lightly run over and Louis like, oh yeah, Shmonday, get it, yeah, totally, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I think this is the thing. It is, and it's so real. Yuck. I nearly said it.
Thank you. Oh my
But
God, you're so good. You're
I
doing it
think-
for yourself now.
Yeah, when you're heading to bed the night before a new week of work and you're thinking to yourself, I couldn't imagine Rod Airbnb as
Yeah.
massa. That is a get rid.
The rats.
That
You know
is
when I thought
it.
the rats are
Shin and rod.
Ionic.
Yes.
And like
Yeah.
you're just like
That
you're like
fear.
a crit la hogla. And it's
Yeah.
not actually being
Yeah.
shook from a hangover. It's actually like I cannot believe I've
Yeah.
face shocked and I just
Yeah.
shocked.
Do you want it? Will I tell you something true?
Go on.
Okay,
You
then I'll
tell
do
us
it.
She's gonna say
always.
it.
Okay, so I remember I was in Jane of Show Radio very late on a Sunday night. It was at a Dublin station, and how mad is this? I used to drive up and down on the Sunday to do the show. The show finished like a 10 o'clock. Then I would drive back to Limnach, so I wouldn't get home till like I do 8 o'clock or Madden, and then I would go the following morning to Cork where I was teaching. Right, so it was a lot of driving. Say,
Jesus.
be in the classroom for 8 o'clock or Madden.
Sure.
Right. So I remember this particular Sunday. For some reason, I loaded leaving cert copies, Ashley to correct. Right, I had them on the passenger seat. I drove them up to Dublin, and you know it was like I was looking over at them, being like, "Fuck this now." Anyway, like I'm gonna have to be on air and correcting essays odds Táimid and radio because
Shut
I
the
need to get them
fuck
done
up.
for Madden Morach. Okay, so I drove them back down. Okay, and I remember getting into bed that night, and I was like, "No, there has to be a better way. Like this is just, this is."
Yeah.
Dreadful. So on Madden Dargyan anyway, I hopped in the car to go Econober, okay? So fucking the Ashley are still sitting there in the passenger seat, okay? So I get to the town I was teaching in, and there's a roundabout at the top of the town, right? I drove around it 3 times and then drove around it back to the Limerick side, right? And I was like, that's it. I'm going home, right? I'm not going to school today. Fuck that. Pulled into the petrol station, and it was so like that meme, And I was like, as I was going around the roundabout, like the copybooks had fallen off the passenger seat, and I was like, this is a sign. This is it. Just you're going back to Limerick. And she like pulled into the coffee shop for 5 minutes, and I was like, right, better stack up my Coplerica again anyway and head back to school.
there's
And it's like,
nothing worse, though.
just
There is
being
actually
an Isagot, and it's like your own little protest.
Yeah.
But I was like, no.
But yeah, then like flip that. I actually do like it's in job going machine now. I get so fizzy sometimes. Like it's the best way to like so excited, being like, can't believe Gerbe showed like my fuss.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that should be the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it should be the way.
Yeah.
'Cause, there it should be.
I know, but
Yeah.
now kind of like I feel like ní féile gachtain sin a acu.
No, I think because like easier said than done. But I don't know. I just think like find your calling, find your vocation.
Yeah, but I think you're féidir sin I'm last Smith and overcome. Sorry, I don't know
Yeah,
why I'm
true.
making this counter argument, but I'm just saying.
Devil's advocate, ain't the
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
the
Well, yeah. Look, we're all in a constant fucking battle with capitalism, and
Yeah.
our raison
Yuck.
d'etre.
No, you're
Okay,
not-
yeah,
I'm
I do
not
think-
joking.
No,
That's
yeah,
not a
that
yuck.
is never a yuck.
But
Okay,
I
that
do
is
think
never a yuck.
to answer your question, the sweet spot
Okay.
is when I think when trust your goila,
Yes.
trust
okay.
your goila, trust your gut, and if you're having the owl Sunday night for your
Yeah.
Okay.
Just think of what our ancestors were doing in Ungirth and
Oh my God, the fucking creators. The creators. Right. Okay, next question. How do you know when to leave a relationship?
Again, would never know. I've always been broken up with.
Have you?
Yeah.
No, you give such dumper energy.
No, now.
Yes.
I think now.
Now,
if
after
I would-
years of being
I
in a
would
stable
do-
relationship, yeah.
Well, yeah, but now I feel like where I am in my mindset, now I'd be in the place that I'd dump someone. But no, I
Really?
found a blink I was the dumpy.
I'm mind blown at that.
Shiva Dumpini Rourke.
Shiva Dumpini Rourke. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you enlighten me, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Neil is gum said, ni revak Cadrevella, I want to go nerving me on over fad, and I don't even know how that ended.
for
I think that was,
fuck's
I think it was, how you'd say in 6 years mutual? It was
Yeah.
mutual.
Oh, it was a
It's
mutual.
We were
Okay.
going on 6 year holidays,
oh,
it was
okay.
mutual.
With a conscious
Okay.
uncoupling.
Yeah,
But,
sorry.
but
I
what
took
about,
that
okay,
conversion.
now thought you third quarter did the hard.
Yes.
This is another, now sorry, so easy when you're emotionally detached from a situation to be like, so there's levels. So like in situationships or like casual dalliances,
Yeah.
when do you get out?
when you're not having fun anymore.
Yeah,
When
not
you're
having
dreading
fun.
it, when you're like, oh fuck, I've
Yeah.
I
fucking
think
meet
that
up with
this
this
can
dope.
also be like
Yeah.
platonic relationships and not romantic. What about in friendships, like as well?
Well, hang on a minute. You're hijacking my.
But sorry, I'm
this
just
is
saying,
my
you know,
cash now,
sorry,
and we
yeah,
come
go
to
on.
friendships. Go on.
Oh, there's a girl, come on, go.
I'm cracking the whip here.
Yeah, no,
TJ.
I think in ain't with casual, if you're not fucking looking forward to it,
Yeah.
if you're like, I fucking have to meet up with this fucking dope, like, end it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
obviously, like,
But I don't think I've ever been in a casual situation where I'm like, oh, this fucking dope. I would have been out. I wouldn't even get into a casual situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, but also like I'm obviously famously very eager, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, well then what if they do something that like gives you the ick then? What if they say it's Chongamarvi and Gaga, then you can fucking break up with them.
yeah.
I'd say as well, most rather go to a ceistú Einrod. You know, if you're feeling like, again, the Gwilla, like, I think your gut is a great guide for these things. If you feel like, oh, that was mean, and you know, maybe you're being gaslit by them, and you're like, oh, are they being really controlling? Are they? I don't know. Like, you know, it could be Ruddy going to tell Roy to no care, whoever you're in a relationship with, and you're like, if you get a strange feeling about something, I think it's always a good time to sit down and to.
Yeah. And is that
Yes.
just the casual run? Because like, if
Reassess.
you're like a niece fod termi and those
Yeah.
things start happening, what's it called? It's like the economic. Fuck, what's that term?
The
You know,
Stockholm syndrome?
no, it's like the cost. It's sunk cost, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, it's the time.
diminishing returns.
Yes,
or-
it's the time you put into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah,
that can be
that's it.
really darker.
That's really darker.
You know, Latridonite.
Like well, Louise gave good Corla Miana show Dumsa Hana where she was like, oh, if you're in a situation that you are starting to doubt yourself,
Yes.
when somebody puts you in a situation, you're like, was I like,
Yeah.
how should I feel in this situation, or like, am I wrong to feel kind of weird about this or whatever? As soon as somebody makes you doubt yourself, like, look, fair enough, you could be accidents happen or mistakes happen, so like once or
Sure.
twice, but like if you're constantly feeling like that or being like, get out, it's a yuck.
Yeah.
That was actually Corla really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as well, sometimes people can probably stay in relationships because they're compordach.
Yeah.
And comfort can be,
a killer.
well, it can be
Yeah.
also dain sheirach, because like if you are compordach, will do sásta. If you're a compordach, will do. I think it's similar to a job, like, you know. I think sometimes you stay in a job because you're like, tá sé go das éasca, tá sé compordach, but will do dul. I don't know if you want to be a dul chun keen. It's so subjective, it's so personal. Ach, like, you know, caitu ves sásta, and I think you need to be sásta on its vein.
I just the go knuckle dini at like Asian and put out they're like they're handing in their notice, they're breaking up with their boyfriend.
We're the
like we
problem.
have turned their lives
Yeah.
upside down.
No, we definitely
They're like,
haven't,
well, how
but-
Squale said, so
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
look, they're not going to fucking take me seriously anyway. I just fucking
Yeah.
got sick of
Well,
the start
do you
of
know
this
what?
episode.
Ultimately,
So,
She's like a
so
little
don't listen to
baby.
me anyway.
She's like a baby.
I actually think for anyone that's listening, I feel I would say this to my sisters or to my friends or to anyone, like, life is fucking short. Do you know what I mean? So whatever situation you're in work or relationships or whatever, I think your priority needs to be that you're happy and that it's actually,
Yeah.
you can get through your days with a bit of joy in them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So if
you
your
gotta have joy.
relationship, your work, whatever it is, the party you're at isn't bringing you joy, go away. Do you know what I mean?
See, the problem is to get out of a relationship, to get to the joy, you have to go through horrendous shit.
Shin
first.
fear.
So you have to, it has to get worse before it gets better, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the Shipharva.
I know.
Fell shoot up
What the
in your
fuck?
like what's
What the
going
fuck?
on like?
I'm going to say something really mean now.
All right.
Really mean.
Okay,
But we
this is
are
a
going to need to
rave rock.
spritz the perfume because the smell of that bomb is just dead.
I
dreadful.
actually can't- I don't get
have.
it.
I've
I don't
perfume in
get
my
it.
bag. We do.
No, we actually need to
We
end this
do.
podcast because we need to.
Sarah needs a shower.
No, it's yuck.
No, we could just spray over it.
Actually,
guys.
do you know what I brought? Do you know what I brought? I brought a Cove Woodale of the very cheap perfume that we
Guys,
like.
I cannot believe I vomited on the first episode back. No, I just.
It's like nerves in your first day of school. You're going nervy suction.
Oh Jesus! Okay, right. Glue should shock to me. They're like, this is perfect. Know when to leave. I'm fucking starting to stink up the room, so we need to get out of here. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
know when to leave. Can I do Lewis to shock it? No, I'm just. It's so embarrassing.
Is
for
it
me as a
mushk?
single woman?
Mushk.
That this is like mushk. Yeah.
Is vomit.
It's vomit.
Yeah.
Mushk.
Yeah, moosh.
This is such bad press for me. I can't.
I have a little fraza.
Okay.
Ní deirelis. I think it can work in a lot of contexts. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know, it could be positive. It could be a jarfach agus dúilteach.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could be like, the kosher. Ní deirelis. Like, you know,
Okay.
do you know him? Jeez, there's no end to him. Like, ní
Yeah.
ní
Yeah,
deirelis.
ní
No, ní
deirelis,
deirelis. But also, ní deirelis could be, you know,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of is like, There's no end to it.
Yeah.
Love it.
There's no end to it.
Love it.
Never leave.
Okay. Well, mo glúise seachtain is cáhanís dúirt is a muisk, which
Yeah.
is like is
Muisk is-
muisk. I'd say it's like the nauseous feeling, no?
Muisk. No, I thought that was like the noun of vomit. That is
Oh.
vomit.
I'd say like crunch and muisk, or I'm like,
Oh,
as in that makes
sorry,
me like
yeah.
nauseous. Now need make into it, but then I'd say cáhanís as in
Darren Coffany has come
Yeah.
out, which is throwing up.
throwing up.
Currach for they can
sorry about
jazz
that.
just for
So
cormiocht.
ihe gomaden, that's a real thing. So I'll go beg ihe gomaden going beg.
Yes.
And it's mo ihe gomaden if he going down to
Yeah.
chéile agus beg a ríis tá le cún of day. I have another bit of housekeeping. Right, this messages a hannig stach. Know when to leave. So sure Corla. When someone slaps you on the lap and says right, which the girls were like to me. Darren, you need to fucking learn that one.
That
Okay.
is actually Declan. That's it.
Well,
I'm
I'd,
gone.
I'd say people do that, and Darren goes, anyway, so what happened to me the other day
Yeah.
was, and just Lannan
I
Shearer
know, I'm
glowers.
so needy. It's chronic. Okay. When the host starts Iglana Team Alert, which I feel like is Shivni Rourke coded.
Yeah.
It is a bit me.
Yeah, it
I
is
know,
so
it's
you.
really drug face suck, but like it's
Uh,
my passive. Again, it's my
No,
passive
I
way.
think it was
Yeah,
just
it's your
in a
passive
rush,
way.
Shame
yeah.
Dave Zolawali, I'm filling up the dishwasher.
But can I tell you something? I said this is so funny. Do you ever notice I'm in this situation a lot with Louise when you're with Louise and you've been with her for a long time and she's like, okay, I need you to leave now. So she starts kind of getting up and like fixing things and be like, you know, she start talking
I
about
do.
how yeah, you do, and then you start talking about how you're under pressure now to get up early in the morning. And,
Yeah.
yeah. No, Louise really tries to hurry
Just
me
like
out
the
the
shit
door.
passive flesh.
She
come
does.
on.
She does. Oh
Yeah.
no, like absolutely. And like I know that Louise is doing it to me, but I'm also like, oh, I'm not ready to leave yet. So then, no,
I know.
I'm
So
joking.
they didn't have a word, or he?
Sometimes
Yeah,
I do.
weren't
Yeah.
they?
Oh my god!
But
So
I just
you're
feel
well
like-
aware of what you're doing, though.
Oh yeah.
So, actually,
but
on
I
that
feel like
note-
I'll push it a little bit more.
Yeah, with me.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we're
Yeah,
so sorry.
yeah.
We're so like.
Well, you wouldn't be pushing it with Chiva because
No,
no,
'cause
trust them.
Yeah, Shiva would just also just be like,
Which
no,
is
you
good.
need to leave.
Yeah, I would.
She
Do
would
you know
just be
what?
like, you
I
wouldn't get
need
away
my
with it as
alone
much.
time.
I have got a good fuckle for you there, Will Curlish and Gluche.
What?
Ailu.
Okay.
Do you know
Yeah.
Ailu Awala?
Yeah.
To
Ailu,
escape away.
escape.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Fair enough. Peter McCann says never leave. Watch the light drain from their eyes as they realise you're going nowhere. That's what happens to Louise when I don't leave.
I mean, and
He's like, for
Solace,
fuck's
Owen
sake.
Asulia.
Okay, they're fogging to trace dahad trucka go dahad fingé das Nadina and Mehe Vale.
Hold on, I'll bring Karen Reach.
You should leave when 30 to 40% of Nadina go to the Mehe Vale.
But that means go Shaska Fongate Fos down.
I know. Look, girl,
Yeah.
and we will always be.
We'll
in
be the
that-
Hain
Yeah.
Fongate.
Yeah, we'll be the Hain
Fongate.
Fongate.
We are the
Like, do you know
1%.
what I wouldn't like to be though? Is the last soldier. No offense, Darren, but I wouldn't like to be
know.
that last hanger on. Do you know? It's
Guys.
kind of like you're hanging on for dear life,
Oh,
but it's
hanging
like
on for dear
Yeah.
life.
Well, I think
Always hanging on for dear
The
life.
aine atá nua ag an bud creile gohfuil
Yeah.
aithne an Oaxaca ar an faoin trá seo. I think they know exactly who we are ag
Yeah.
an kosher. We are that
Yeah.
person that you're thinking of.
Yes.
Good dear, okay.
And guys, okay, this has been a terrible first episode back for me. I fucking stink. I vomited and I've absolutely outed myself.
Come
for
here,
being
but
a
you won't
needy
leave us
fuck.
without a song, will you? Now, Lilt, go on and give us an L song for the road.